The only light in Varuna's enormous bedroom came from a cam similar to the one in the antechamber and just as easily foiled. The former king himself was sleeping on his back under shimmer silk sheets in the center of a canopied bed large enough to fit 6 humans of average size. Plagueis disabled a bedside panel of security alarms, moved an antique chair to the foot of the bed, and switched on a table lamp that supplied dim, yellowish light. Then, sitting down, he roused Varuna from sleep. The old man woke with a start, blinking in response to the light, then propping himself up against a gathering of pillows to scan the room. His eyes widened in thunderstruck surprise when they found Plagueis seated at the edge of the light's reach. "Who?" "Higo Damask, Your Majesty. Beneath this mask my former enemies may as well have fashioned for me." Since Varuna's eyes couldn't open any wider, his jaw dropped, and he flailed for the security control panels, slamming his hand down on the buttons when they didn't respond. "I've rendered them inoperative," Plagueis explained, "along with the security cams, just so that you and I could converse without being interrupted." Varuna swallowed and found his voice. How did you get past my guards, Damask?" "We'll come to that in a moment." Varuna attempted to scream until his voice went mute, and he clutched at his throat. "There will be none of that," Plagueis warned. "What do you want with me, Damask?" Varuna asked when he could, breathing hard. "Closure." Varuna stared at him in disbelief. "You got what you wanted? Isn't it enough that I abdicated?" "Your abdication would have been enough, had you not tried first to have me killed." Varuna gritted his teeth. "Everything I built was in jeopardy of being taken from me. Even the monarchy. You left me no choice." Plagueis stood and reseated himself on the edge of the bed, like some macabre confessor. "I understand. Faced with a similar choice, I might have done the same. The difference is that I would have succeeded where you failed." "I'll remain here," Varuna said in a grasping way. I won't cause you or Palpatine any more trouble." "That's true," Plagueis paused, then said, "Perhaps I should have been more honest with you from the start. I delivered the Trade Federation to you. I put Tapalo, then you, on the throne. How did you imagine I came by such power?" Varuna ran a trembling hand over his thinning hair. "You were born the son of a wealthy Mune, and transformed that wealth into power." Plagueis made a sound of disappointment. "Oh, have you not yet learned that the galaxy isn't moved by credits alone?" Varuna gulped and found his voice. "How did you come by such power, Damask?" he asked in a whisper of genuine interest. "I was shown the way to power by a Bith named Rugus Gnome." "I know the name." "Yes, but his true name was Darth Tenebrous, and he wore the mantle of the Dark Lord of the Sith. I was, at one time, his apprentice." "Sith," Varuna said, as if weakened by the very word. "Had you known, would you have allied with me?" Varuna marshaled the strength to shake his head. "Political power is one thing, but what you represent—" Plagueis made his lips a thin line. "I appreciate your honesty, Varuna. Are you beginning to tire of my presence?" "Not of you," Varuna said with eyes half closed. "Let me explain what is happening to you," Plagueis said. "The cells that make up all living things contain within them organelles known as midichlorians. They are, in addition to being the basis for life, the elements that enable beings like me to perceive and use the Force. As the result of a lifetime of study, I have learned how to manipulate midichlorians, and I have instructed the limited number you possess to return to their source. In plain basic, Varuna, I am killing you. Varuna's face was losing color, and his breathing had slowed.
Bring me back. I can still be of service to you.
But you are, Your Majesty. A celebrated ancient poet once said that every death lessened him, for he considered himself to be a brother to every living being. I, on the other hand, have come to understand that every death I oversee nourishes and empowers me, for I am a true Sith.
No better than an Anzati.
The Brain Eaters? What does better than mean to those of us who have passed beyond notions of good and evil? Are you better than Bon Tapalo? Are you better than Queen Padme Amidala? I am the only one fit to answer the question. Better are those who do my bidding.
Plagueis placed his hand atop Varuna's.
I'll remain with you for a while, as you meld with the Force. But at some point, I will have to leave you at the threshold to continue on your own.
Don't do this, Demas. Please.
I am Darth Plagueis, Varuna, your shepherd.
As life left Varuna's body, the path he and Plagueis followed wound deeper into darkness and absence. Then Plagueis stopped, overcome by a sudden sense that he had already seen and traveled this path. Had he? He wondered as Varuna breathed his last. Or had the Force afforded him a glimpse of the future?